Good Sunday. This is Dee with Critical Break, and I already know I need to fix something. Oh, I hope you've had a spectacular week. Another week full of tons of new epiphanies, revelations, and a lot of confirmation on things I already knew. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. I'll preface the stream with saying that this work that I'm doing, it's partially putting some of my journey out in public at the request of Gabriel and Adonai. And I've got a mission to do. That mission is multifaceted. The information you're going to find contained here is for all religions, all races, all backgrounds. I don't care about anything that separates us, because the virus, aka evil on this planet, would love nothing more than to keep you all divided. So I take religion off the table. I take color, race off the table. You just have to ask yourself when you're viewing this material, is what she is saying possibly true? Could it be correct? And sit with the information that you get here. Just sit with it. Use your heart space. Your heart indeed has neurons, just like your brain, and it has its own brain. Think with that one, and then reconcile that with your head brain when viewing this material. Anyway, I hope you all had an absolutely fantastic week. The mission I have, as I said, it's multifaceted. Part of what I'm doing here is putting my journey out in front of the world. The other part is gathering the troops, so to speak. And that's you all. We share so much in common. And yeah, my awakening will help your awakening. So anyway, I'm going to share a lot of things today because there's lots to cover. I really wanted to do a video sooner, as usual, to help limit the amount that happens in one stream. But unfortunately, because of the research that I do and general life and then interruptions, that keeps me extremely occupied. So I didn't get to do a stream. I was going to do some more code videos, have not gotten to that either, but I will for sure. So I guess we'll get cracking. I've got so many notes here. It's crazy. I've got a crazy amount of notes. 4 pages worth. All right. Glasses. It's really dark today. It's foggy. My hair's being crazy. It's foggy. It's rainy, cold. It was beautiful yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous yesterday, but not today. So we continued to break temperature records. We went down to single digits down to 8 degrees one night, morning, 10 degrees another, 12 degrees another. So we were breaking records like crazy here. Definitely not typical for my area at all. Early surprise. It's like, okay, we're going to go down into deep freeze. But I've got so much stuff to cover today. It's just insane. Let me see. Oh, I posted some videos from Credo Matwa, and those videos give you an idea of, at least a brief idea of, what civilization was supposed to look like. And it's just a very, very small, just a small glimpse. So I thought that sharing those, he's carrying on the legend and lore of the African tribes there. It's very connected to my ET friends that visit me and my daughter. My daughter only remembers one particular occasion, but I had multiple occasions with the very tiny blue beings called the Nomo. Turns out, in looking in those videos, if you look at the one about dolphins, he mentions, guess who? Inanna. And there's a stone fish with a bunch of hieroglyph type writings on it depicting star systems, etc. And right there in the end, he mentions her, and it's like, okay, that just kind of brings everything full circle. It explains why I have Nomos, the blue ETs. Those are the small orb. They're known as Foo Fighters. I think was that term was coined back in World War II when pilots and such were reporting seeing them, and they have photographs of that even. So they are definitely benevolent. They're part of the team, and along with Gabriel, myself, and Adonai. So team good, definitely. It's about the people on this planet and how important all of you actually are. So there's another video there that talks about the tall whites. And there's something I'd forgotten to share in my ET video experience contact that I've had. But the tall whites are called the Umantindane, and they an experience I had back in the earlier 2000s, which would have been somewhere in that same time frame that I had contact with some of the other things, was I would wake up in the middle of the night with a whole bunch of long, skinny white arms pressed through my bedroom wall. And I would say there was anywhere from 20 to 30 of them. And that happened on more than one occasion. So I have a feeling that is connected to these particular beings. And if you look at that video that was posted, it talks about these particular beings. The name means to abuse and to torture, including sexual contact. So, yeah, not the good guys. And that, you know, those legends of the Dogon tribe, they're real. They're not fairy tales. This stuff is real. The thing that a lot of people are going to have trouble coming to terms with is ETs and angels and demons. They're all the same thing. Angels and demons are ETs, and there are interdimensionals as well. So, if you haven't come to that realization, some of this material is going to be a real mind blower for you. But if you're aware that that is where you come from, and that's who your gods, angels come from, then you're a step ahead of a lot of other people. Because there's so many people running around, they're absolutely 100% clueless. So, yeah, you're going to get some eye openers here, because let's just put it this way. When I was young, as a child, I knew something was very wrong with our ancient text, the Bible particularly. Everybody was trying to say in the churches that they were talking about one God, and I knew they were wrong. Knew it, instinctively knew it was wrong. So there is a perpetuation of a lot of doctrine that's incorrect. People, you know, everybody throws in their 2 cents and their take on it, and over the years, everything has become massively jumbled. Not only that, but then you have certain forces here on the planet involved in tampering with the ancient text. So, with all those things in combination, you all are not getting the truth. So, here you will get the truth. The thing, let's see, what else did I want to go over today? Okay, got rid of that page, so I don't need to look at that one anymore. Okay, I'm going to go over some things that happened in the past, besides the bedroom wall thing with the white skinny arms going through my bedroom wall. And like I said, that happened on multiple occasions, at least 3, at least. There was a vision I had back a few months ago. Don't know what it means. I don't remember if I mentioned it on a video back then or not, but it popped back into my head and it seemed significant for some reason. I'm trying to figure out why. Anyway, this particular one is I was with, and this is when Lacerabet and the Lacerabetan keys kept coming up in the codes. I had this vision of me being with 2 other people, and I think it's in a different country. Don't know for sure. And going through a square tunnel, and you could not stand up to go through it. And there was a gentleman on the other side of it there to greet you, and he required verification for you to go any further. Don't know what it means, just wanted to put it out there. Who knows? Like I said, a lot of things that I tell you all end up coming back later. We figure out what it meant. So it's there. I don't know. Somebody may have some idea what this square tunnel was all about. But it was definitely tied with the codes and Lacerabet and all of that. And why it popped back in my head, I have no idea. And I couldn't even remember for sure if I told you all about that or not. So anyway, got that one out there. Then let's see what else have we got here. All right. So now we're going to move on to some things that happened. I wanted to talk about All Saints Day, 11/1, the 1st of November. It just so happens that I've got two younger half sisters. One from the same mother, and one from my paternal side. And she was born on All Saints Day. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, okay, that's different and odd. And she would have the same last name I had at birth, which is Knox, Knox. So, yeah, some weird stuff. My oldest daughter, I had forgotten to talk about last week on 11/11 when I did the stream. My oldest, I was in labor with for 4 days. But that labor started on, interestingly enough, 11/11. So more odd things with the numbers. And 11/11 just so happens to be the number that a whole bunch of people are noticing on the planet right now. A lot of you are getting the 11/11 code. And that is basically the best way to put it, your creator communicating with you, trying to get you to wake up. And if you look at the codes and how to handle codes that you get, you'll get the information that they're trying to give you. But 11/11 is a big deal, huge. And there's a reason it's happening. And it's because a lot's going to go down in the next few years. A great deal. So I don't, I could go over all the things that have occurred over the last year, but if you want to know what it all means and how this all unfolded, the best thing to do is watch the videos in chronological order, and you can see exactly how this has all unfolded. It's been a incredibly, every emotion you can possibly imagine has gone. It's been a roller coaster for me, to say the least. Huge roller coaster. And then now we are to where we're at today, where I'm still on mission. Same mission I started out with in the first place. So, but the discoveries I think are important that have happened over that time frame. So anyway, so we got 11/11. So yeah, your creator is trying to talk to you. Let's see, I'm going to do these. I had on the 12th, let's see, Adonai and Gabriel were gone all day on the 12th, literally. Didn't hear hide nor hair out of either one of them. Let's see, they returned in the morning on the 13th. Then I laid down and got a vision while I was laying down in the middle of the day. And this one was interesting. And I think I talked about this a little bit. Or maybe I didn't. I think I did talk about this. I zoned from this world into another world. And when I did, there was a new world on the map, and that new world was named Nice or Nice, Niice. What does that mean? I don't know, but it's a thing. Some of the things that happen with me end up being part of what gets tied into all this other stuff that goes on. So I always just talk about the ones I get, because later down the road, it'll be significant for one reason or another. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Yesterday, Gabriel was gone all day. He was gone this morning, here for a short time, and he's not here now. Neither one are here right now. So it's interesting because evidently there's a huge uptick in activity. Let's see, where else were we gonna go? Oh, okay. On the 14th, again, laid down to take a nap because I've been doing some weird hours where I'm going to bed like 11 to midnight-ish, getting up at 4 and 5 in the morning, and well, just before, it's usually 4 something in the morning, and staying up, and then I end up having to lay down in the middle of the day because I'm exhausted. But during this vision, I had a vision. This was really weird. I had a vision of a communal living thing, and this was really odd. There was a blonde female, basically, and she had short blonde hair, basically grooming me and also checking me physically. I had been having some pains under my rib cage on the left side, and in this particular vision, she ran her hand over it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we need to check that out." And I don't know, it was weird. Then also, now this is wild. I evidently had plural husbands, at least 3. Um, a brunette, a blonde, and a redhead. I remember in the vision walking by one of them. They were in a tent laying on some sort of bed of some sort, cot or whatever. And I just remember looking over and feeling the whole time like it was odd. But looking over, and the warm smile I got back was really interesting. Let's see. Okay. Now I will get to, all right. One thing I said I was going to address, because somebody I respect a great deal is Wes Penray and the Wes Penray papers. His journey digging for what was going on here on the planet was very similar to my own. And we both came up with a lot of the same information as far as the financial system, politics, and you know how it goes. You start following the breadcrumbs and going down through history, you end up in religion, anthropology, archaeology, you name it. It heads every direction. And the only thing is, he and I differ, because where we stop being in line is the understanding of who and what we really are. That's where things go off in two different directions. There's some logic that, and some things that he has not seen or been privy to that I have. Of course, I've had guides. I'm, guiding my education, so to speak. Like the code said, angel with a light speed education. That's me. And that's no joke. Light speed education is exactly what's been going on. The thing that the logic is, first of all, who perpetrated what's going on down here with the forced reincarnation, the trauma-based system that's in place, and the farming our energy, so to speak. And that is exactly what the virus, aka evil, does. Fear is the biggest food source. So where we differ is he's going off completely what he's, taken in via written documents and things like that. But there's some material he hasn't been privy to. And so he's made his assessment based on what he knows. But I can tell you that your journey of digging further into what's going on isn't over yet. So just keep an open mind, and I'm going to point you in a direction that will help. And I'm a huge proponent of pointing you all in the direction of things that help you to awaken to what's really going on down here and what the truth is. And I'm a huge proponent not repeating other people's work, because why should I repeat something that's already been done very well? So keep in mind, I'm going to recommend a specific channel because they have their hands on information and documents that you've never seen before. And some of you are going to look at the material and you'll go, that makes sense. Others are going to be so mind blown that you're going to have a hard time mentally assimilating the information. One thing that I told you all is you hear all the horrible things about the Anunnaki, but you also have to keep in mind that the virus, the evil here, has done a bang-up job trying to make the Anunnaki look bad. And as we have discovered over this past year, the Anunnaki aren't the problem at all. As a matter of fact, you all are the Anunnaki, or at least most of you. You carry the genetics. So I'm going to recommend a YouTube channel, and I also want to give props to that YouTube channel for, well, to the individual, not just the channel, for all the magnificent work they've done, because the videos they have done are very good visually and will help you all to understand and unravel the story. So for me, it's I'm one of those people. I know most of the material already myself, and it concurs with my own findings. But so I want to get at the heart of the matter, the meat and the potatoes. But for you all, it's a guided tour, and I can't stress enough how important to look at the work. Oldest video first, go chronologically. It's gonna take you some time, but if you really are dedicated and you really wanna know what the truth is, I highly suggest that you visit this particular channel. Um, one of the pieces of logic that is missing is, you know, a lot of people are very stressed about this trauma-based system that's going on here, and I can't blame them. This place is a hot mess. Like I said, hell on earth, and that's no joke. That's how I see it. And they're sick and tired of it and they want out. And they know that going to the light is just their little soul farm that they've put in place. So they can farm you back in and traumatize you some more. And so they're looking for an escape. And I can tell you exactly how to do that. It's the same as your astral travel. When you astral travel, you get a black tunnel, not a light tunnel. Don't go to the light tunnel. That's the worst possible thing you could do. Back in May, there was a victory, though, so I don't think you have to worry about the light tunnel anymore. But you all have your own personal, basically, portal. And it's the same thing that happens when you do astral projection. You go through a black tunnel, and when you pop out the other side, you're going to be out basically in space. Now, you're going to be very overwhelmed because when you actually pop out that, then you realize how huge it is and all the possible places you could go. You'll become extremely overwhelmed. So tell me, if you pass and you go up the tunnel, where do you go from there? Is there a plan in place? Do you have a specific planet? Do you want to ever reincarnate anywhere, or you just want to be a soul basically floating aimlessly and endlessly? You have to ask yourself these questions. I can tell you this much. You're one of us. You are an Anunnaki. And the virus here has done everything it can to make you think that your creators were evil. And that's not true. But there is an evil here. And it's not us. Anyway, the channel. Sir Dante Santori has done a magnificent job on his YouTube channel, guiding you all. He has information in his possession you've never seen before. And like I said, I would visit his channel and I would go chronologically, starting with the oldest video. So I will leave a link after the stream's over in the description box for his channel. It's all initials, all caps, DS space AHK. And I highly advise you visit that, especially if you want to know the truth. But prepare yourself, because you cannot unknow the truth once you know it. And some of you are not going to be mentally prepared for it. But his work indeed matches up with my own. it answered the thing that I've gotten so far, and I haven't even gotten to go through all the videos yet. I binge watched about 3 days now, on top of doing other things. But he confirms a great deal of what I already knew. The thing that I've learned is I've been able to put names to things I didn't have names for before. And I always knew there was something seriously amiss with the entire name of Jesus and the whole Jesus story. And don't freak out because I'm saying something's wrong with the Jesus story. Look at the videos. There is one, a real one. But you're going to find out that there's actually 3. But the one that died on the cross was the second. And that's the one that you need to pay attention to. But there were 2 others. The whole resurrection story, you'll see what I'm talking about. Watch his videos if you really want to know the truth. So, Sir Wes, your journey's not over yet. I hope you enjoy his work because it will connect a lot of things that your research has led you to, just like my own did, except for your path went off in a different direction than my own. And I think you're going to find what I'm saying to be correct. Anyway, so I said I was going to address that about, because I know that's where Sir Wes and I completely went. It's like we got to a certain point and he went down one road and I went down a total different one. And not that I didn't go down some of the same road in theology, religion, ancient history and all that he did, but I had a lot of additional help because I had Gabriel and then Adonai as well. So I can't blame you for the conclusions that you came to, but I'm telling you, there's a lot more to this. And the Anunnaki are not the bad guys. But we do indeed have a problem here. Huge problem. Okay. So there's that. And I'll leave a link to that channel in the description box when I get done here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I wanted to make a video specific. Oh yeah, there is a lot more else. We're going to get into genetics and stuff because there's a lot of people that have been asking me, because this is a spiritual war that's going on down here. The virus, aka evil, they knew we were coming to help you all. They knew it. They're attacking. Part of that spiritual war is them, because part of their fun is poison's one of their biggest fun tricks that they love to use. Our genetics. If you have autoimmune disorders, allergies, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, and a whole host of other things, if you're suffering with anything that's autoimmune, you can thank the virus down here on the planet for that. And we're going to get into that a little bit. The Anunnaki, part of the genetic code is the C677T. and the A1298C. That's in the MTHFR code. A lot's been done to you all that's specifically targeting your genetics. Part of it was vaccinations. And that's just tip of the iceberg. Fluoride in the water trying to keep you from waking up. I know they found lithium in air samples and water samples. They're finding all kinds of drugs in water samples now. They're trying to keep you from waking up. And the 1111 code everybody keeps seeing, there's a reason. They're trying to help you wake up. And that's the good guys, the Anunnaki. They are actually the good guys. Even though they've been portrayed as not. And there's a lot of pretenders out there pretending to be Anunnaki. They are not. They're other ET races. And you'll see what I mean if you go visit those videos that I was telling you about on Sir Dante's channel. Like I said, I'm not repeating excellent work already done, and I'd rather refer you over to that channel to help further your and somebody's playing with my hair. That's several times now. That's a thing. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, paranormal stuff is my life, literally, not even joking. I was going to share some things with you all about that genetics. You know, not just the fluoride, vaccinations, etc., and GMOs, and pesticides, herbicides. There's another problem. Back, I don't know, many of you will go, oh, I remember this. Remember the TV commercials, and they probably still air them. I don't know. I haven't watched a TV since around 2005 or so, a long time. But there was commercials saying, make sure you take your folic acid if you plan on having children. If you plan to become pregnant or are pregnant. And back in 1996, they started introducing folic acid into the food chain. Full rollout occurred in 1998. If you see something, it was put into the wheat flour. Well, if you look at the grocery store shelves, pretty much everything on that shelf has wheat flour of some sort or some sort of enriched flour. When they say enriched or fortified, those words mean that things have been added. And one of those things is folic acid. Your genetics in the MTHFR, C677T and A1298C. You do not metabolize folic acid. Your body is not made to do that. Your body needs methylfolate, something totally different. And what happens is, as you're ingesting folic acid, it starts building up to toxic levels in your body and blocking other nutrients, causing a cascade of autoimmune disorders. You heard me right. You're being poisoned with all the food, on the supermarket shelves and at the fast food joints or restaurants. And no, I'm not joking. I'm going to take you on a little field trip. We're going to do a share screen real quick. And I haven't looked at the chat or anything yet. I'll save that till after I get done. So if you have questions or anything like that for me, make sure you save them till the end. I'll let you know when, and then you can start putting questions in the chat. So here we go. Show and tell time. Off to the races. Some things that came up this week I wanted to share with you all. Here we go. All right. This one caught my eye in the Huffington Post. Man with persistent runny nose learns he had leaking brain fluid. This is a thing, and it's connected to your genetics. It's part of some of the things that happen that go wrong when you ingest folic acid for extended periods of time. Keep in mind, females tend to be a lot sicker, most of them, because they eat better than most men do. I know that sounds bizarre, but if you look at what folic acid is put into, women tend to be better about taking vitamins, etc. When they're pregnant, they take prenatals, and those prenatal vitamins and your vitamins on the store shelf are all just full of folic acid. And yay for you, it's poison if you carry that genetic code. And you're going to ask me, well, why would they do that? Why would the evil on the planet do this? If you were trying to control the world, who would you get rid of first? People that carry that genetic code tend to be empaths, highly psychic, have abilities, spiritual gifts given to you by your creator. So who would you get rid of? The ones that are easily controlled, or the ones that have abilities and are spiritually gifted? Many of you probably noticed you had abilities as children and you squashed them because that's taboo and it's not. Yeah, you know the drill. They tried to shame the crap out of you. Anyway, so the virus, who would they get rid of? Those easily manipulated and controlled, or the ones that could cause them a great deal of trouble? Right? Anyway, part of the disorders that happen with this poisoning over a period of time, and like I said, the females tend to be the sicker, of the two, because they took prenatal vitamins. And those are just really loaded with folic acid, tons of it. And the FDA introduced this supposedly to help stop neural tube defects. Well, yeah. Some of the population on this planet is not affected by folic acid. That's because they're not us. They're from other ET races. They're other implants on the planet. They're not us. And so they weren't affected by it. Okay. Anyway, some of the symptoms and autoimmune diseases that can happen, this is one of them right here. this is literally, well, we'll go into, well, first we'll do this one, cerebrospinal fluid leak. And these are called CSF. These can occur, I'll tell you why they occur. Right here. It's called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is a collagen problem. Collagen makes up every part of your body, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, your eyes, skin, you name it. And if you start having a problem with that collagen, over time, the tissues become weak and not as elastic as they're supposed to be. Okay? People with Ehlers-Danlos will have they'll be hyper flexible. They'll have frequent dislocations of joints. Their skin will be translucent. You'll be able to see the veins and stuff very easily. Very elastic-like, kind of, and soft and velvety, kind of doughy feeling, their skin. They bruise easily. But you have to remember, your organs, everything is made of collagen. And if you're having a problem with that collagen, all kinds of bad things start happening, including with blood vessels, intestinal tract motility, all kinds of things go very, very awry. So there's so many symptoms that go along with this. A lot of people are going to the doctors, females particularly, being told they're out of their minds and being put on antidepressants, which has its own complications. But yeah, they're not crazy. These symptoms are real, and it's because of folic acid, extended periods of toxicity, and it's blocking other nutrients from getting into your system. And it causes an entire cascade of autoimmune disorders, including Ehlers-Danlos, mast cell activation disorder. If you have chronic fatigue syndrome, if you've been diagnosed with lupus or fibromyalgia, if you have flushing where you get really intensely hot and you think, oh, maybe I'm just going through menopause. No, chances are you're actually having an allergic reaction. Okay. Hives, headaches, gastrointestinal symptoms, including GERD, the huge amount of people that are coming up with autoimmune problems, IBS, etc. You also get dysautonomia, where you don't regulate your temperature, you don't regulate your breathing, your blinking, your heart, your blood pressure stops being regulated properly. Some of you will have really low blood pressure, others will have really high blood pressure. And then some of us with dysautonomia, ours will be all over the map. It'll be really, really high, and then it'll go really, really low. Yeah, it's a thing. And it's all connected. This cerebrospinal fluid leak is very connected to Ehlers-Danlos because the collagen breaks down and you start having spontaneous leaks of spinal fluid. Another thing that happens is Chiari malformation. This is very connected with Ehlers-Danlos. The only way to correctly diagnose a Chiari malformation is to have a MRI, and it's a special type. You have to be sitting up and not lying down like most MRIs are done. So if the doctor sends you over for a lying down MRI, when they're looking for that, they're not doing the test right, because you need to be sitting upright for this test to be done right. Anyway, but I just wanted you all to be aware that all this cascade of symptoms that you all are having, including thyroid, adrenal glands not performing the way they're supposed to is because of um, all these symptoms are coming out of folic acid ingestion because you're not methylating. You're no longer taking the nutrients in because of the toxicity that's happening, and your liver's on complete overload, complete total overload. And I've got a very good friend. Her link is in the description. Christian Truth. She helps you because here's the deal. Many of you are going to have allergic or allergies to many medications. And the best route, in my humble opinion, is to go with natural supplements. And the thing that you can do, because instead of targeting each and every individual symptom you have, as far as, oh, I have mast cell disorder, so I have to take this medication, this medication, this medication. Instead of doing that, actually targeting where the damage occurred in your DNA. And the way that you do that, there's a couple of different places you can do that. And I'll show you that. Give me just a second. One place you can get a DNA done, and they're doing it super cheap right now. So I would jump on this one if you can, because they're doing it for like $40 off right now. Ancestry.com. Not only that, but you have the added bonus, and you can use their website to look up your family history. I think I might actually be, because on my paternal side, paternal side, I need more information. Last name was Knox, and I think tied to John Knox, which was a Protestant that was fighting the Vatican back in the day. On my mom's side, I'm related to Lord Albert Nelson and some others, but and I am Rosebud Sioux. Very heavy portion of my DNA is Rosebud Sioux. So anyway, I'm going to be doing this myself. Ancestry, or the other place that you can go is this one, 23andMe. And they're offering the kit for the same price. So if you want to know your background using the Ancestry.com website, then go with that one. If you're just doing this specifically for health reasons in particular, then go with 23andMe. But what you do is you order these kits, you do the little test, send it back in, they'll send you the results, and then you download the raw data that you get from the results, and you send it to a place called Strategene or Genetic Genie. Strategene is right here. And you upload your results to this place called Strategene. One of our other people just recently did it, and I told him he was definitely one of us. He happens, I'm not going to say who it is, but he carries the A1298C. He's definitely one of us. Like I said, if you carry the C677T or the A1298C, you're one of us. Anyway, and you aren't from a different ET race, but you're an Anunnaki. Anyway, You upload those results to this place called Strategy, and they produce a report that shows you how many copies of what you have going on. And let me make that a little bigger. Like in this report, here you see the A1298C, and this person has one copy of it. That makes them one of us. They also have a copy of the C677T, definitely making them one of us. Okay. And this report will also tell you, now you'll have to study it, and you can join their Facebook group. They're very helpful in telling you how to target, but you can specifically target where things went wrong that caused all this stuff to go wrong in your body. Okay. So if your adrenal glands seem to not be functioning right, your thyroid, you're having intestinal tract issues, with the females, menstruation, anything like that, issues with carrying children. Yeah, this I highly, highly advise. And some people are paranoid about sending their DNA into these companies because we know who owns these companies. The DNA companies happen to be some of the virus. But let me tell you something. If you've been to a doctor, if you've donated blood, if you were born in a hospital, they already know who you are. So there's no point in being freaked out. Oh, they're going to have my DNA. Trust me, they already do. So, yeah, it's a thing. So there's no point in not doing this and getting yourself in top shape health-wise, because part of my mission is making you aware of who and what you truly are. You are made in the image of the Creator. Okay? So, um, let's see. I'm going to stop sharing screen. And, oh, don't stop the broadcast. That's not good. Yes, one of those days. Let's see. I'm going to look at chat and see how everything's going. If I can find it. There it is. Yay! Good Sunday, everyone. It's great to see you. A lot's going to be happening on the planet. And part of what I'm doing here is helping you realize who and what you really are, helping you with your own redemption, because all sins have been forgiven. And Adonai's got his hand out. All sins have been forgiven. You just have to redeem yourself to yourself and really own anything that you've ever done wrong. Also, doing inner work, connecting with the real you, because this trauma-based system has made you totally out of contact with the real self that you are, and your true self, the real you, the little kid that's in there. That nothing was impossible when you were little. Think about that. You need to get into that state of pureness again. It's really important right now to make that happen, because we want as many people to get through this, what's coming, as possible. And as you know, I've been given the visions. Adonai and Gabriel, they're coming here. And there's a reason. And if you haven't been paying attention, there's a lot of people incarnate right now. And a lot of ETs. And there's a reason. Okay? But I want to read the chat here. See how everybody's doing. Hello, Sir Tony. Hello, Plasma. Sir My Sky. Yes. If you're talking about the little orb ships, that there's a lot of them, you would be correct. A lot, a lot. They're not playing around. Dogon tribe. I did some other videos about the Dogon. You can also do your own research on them. And yeah, no, they're not connected with the Vatican or the head of the snake at all. Quite the opposite. And quit playing with my hair, please. Sorry. Trying to see what else. Hello, Francis. All right. This is really getting crazy with the hair. That's Gabriel's trick, but I don't. Why am I not hearing him? That's odd. I don't hear him, but I'm getting my hair played with, and that's his usual thing. Weird. Let's see. He's played with it during streams before, so it wouldn't totally. But the fact that I can't hear him, that's really odd. I can get a drink of water real quick. You'll also notice people that carry that genetics that are having the problem because of the folic acid, you're going to have major problems staying hydrated properly. And that's because it's not really potassium that you're needing, it's magnesium. Some of you won't process potassium very well, but I'm not saying don't have potassium, because you definitely need some, but magnesium is where the real key is. Just going to scroll through really quick. So if I miss something, please forgive me. Gabriel is definitely benevolent. I haven't ever gotten anything but that from him. He's been around my entire life, ever since I can remember. Trophy husbands. Yeah, that vision was really strange because I felt odd. I'm like, I have how many husbands? What's going on here? What? You know? And it felt weird. I'm like, one of them smiles at me and I smile, and really super awesome guys. Just, I was confused because, yeah, that's not how I operate. So I don't know what that was about. Let's see. Yeah, this journey of mine, I started out thinking the Anunnaki were the bad guys that we were against. Turns out we are the Anunnaki, and some other people, or other ETs, are the bad guys. So talk about a mind blower, and I dug my heels in. I'm like, oh no, we're not. We couldn't possibly be, because of all the negative, horrible things you read about them. That's because of the virus. You can thank them for all the horrible, nasty stories that you're getting. Yeah, no, they're not the truth. Let's see. Miss Ann, it's great to see you. Miss Camus, very good to see you. Milmac, hello. Okay, question. Could you give me Christian Truth's email, please? I don't have her email. I will send her a text and give her a heads up, okay? But I highly recommend joining the Strategene Facebook page. Highly. Because you will get exactly what you need there as well. Okay? Yeah, and MyHeritage, all of them have it on sale. All the genetic places, I saw all of them. They all had it on sale, the basic thing for $49. And then you can send the raw data into Strategene or Genetic Genie. Playing with my hair again. Yeah. But if you want to use Ancestry.com's website to look up your family history past and all that, I would go with that route because that way they already have your stuff and it'll be easier to look your things up. But Strategene, keep in mind, Strategene only takes data, raw data from Ancestry.com and 23andMe. So if you use some other company, Strategene is not going to be able to help you out. Okay? So those are really your only two choices. As a matter of fact, mine just came in the mail yesterday. This is what it looks like. I'll open it up so you guys know what to expect. Comes with this sheet. Tells you how to do it. And that comes with this little cool envelope that you ship it in. And then the actual, this is for returning it in, postage paid. This is what the Ancestry kit looks like. And then a little vial that you spit into. And you're not supposed to eat, drink, smoke, or anything for a half hour prior to doing this. So make sure you're well hydrated because you're going to have to be able to produce a lot of spit to do this. Okay? Anyway, that's what the kit's like. I wanted to show you guys. So that's what the Ancestry kit looks like. They were the first one to put theirs on sale, so that's what I snapped up on. Plus, I want to look into my dad's history, so. Anyway. So before December 1st, it's free to upload raw data to MyHeritage. Now, is that going to give you your medical stuff, telling you what SNPs are wrong so that you can target your health issues? Instead of just using medications to give, to Band-Aid, the Band-Aid effect that medications are, instead of actually targeting the problem and healing yourself. That's what I'm talking about. Uploading raw data to Strategene so that you get a report back that tells you exactly where you're not methylating right. Now, it's not a cure, but you'll regain your health. So It's interesting. Okay. Sir Tony, I'm not sure what you're asking. What do you mean, where can you find it? Dr. Ben? Well, the YouTube videos, but the Facebook group is what I'm talking about. You join it, and if you have questions about specific SNPs and how you should do something, that's where you do that. Because they won't answer questions under the videos, I don't think. You have to actually join the Facebook group. And you can't join that Facebook group unless you've sent your information to Strategy, basically. Yeah, so you found out a bunch of information on your heritage. Did you actually get a medical report back, though, Miss Tamna? I know some of them are offering health and your DNA test, but I don't know if they cover all the SNPs that Strategy does. I'm really not sure. But I highly advise that for anybody with the C677T or the A1298C. And it does not matter your ethnicity or race, because you could carry that genetics, definitely. Because we all come in many colors and we're all very, very related to each other, even if our skin isn't the same shade. We're all shades of brown. There is no black and white in my eyes. Zero. All shades of brown. Beautiful browns. Anyway, I think that's all I was going to do for right now for today. I've got another video I wanted to do addressing some specific people that have had contact with the NOMO like I have, and get to the bottom of why us and nobody else. Now, I know why I am, but I wanted to find out because there's a huge connection there. But I'll do that a little bit later. I don't know if I'll do it today or not. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic week coming up. And guess what? You know what time it is? Gotta let my little kid out to play once in a while. I love you guys. From the planet to the moon, out past the stars, way, 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 and back more times than you could ever count. It's a thing for us, right? Anyway, have a grand week, and I will catch up with many of you. If anybody needs to contact me, my email is criticalbreak@outlook.com. And if you have any questions or anything, you can leave them in the comments under the video or send me an email. Either way. And that email is under the video and also on the About page of my channel. And let's see. Oh, if you want to be part of that chat room, if you feel like you have a mission, because many of you will feel like there's something important you're supposed to do and you have a mission here, and want to join the private chat room, shoot me an email with your email address and I'll send you the link for our chat room. Anyway, have a grand week and we'll talk to everybody very soon. Anyway, see you later. Bye.